What up, YouTube? It's Mike Moore here again. I thought today I would do something a little bit different than I usually do on these live streams and videos and stuff. I want to just give y'all a little story behind the person of Mike Moore, Death Junkie. And we'll start back at high school. Middle school wasn't all exciting. Kindergarten wasn't exciting. But high school, I went through Concord Academy at Mullins Methodist here in Memphis, Tennessee. Great school when I was going there. It's a school that people think, oh, people who go there are so-called challenged. A lot of people don't really understand the whole concept of what those challenges were, with me at least. I was diagnosed from a psychologist when I was in kindergarten that I had slow learning. And so she talked me into going to these dyslexic schools, which one was Bodine and which one was Concord Academy. They put me on Ritalin. They put me on a lot of different pills for it. If you're actually just tuning in, this is a life story behind me. Ritalin was the killer of all people back in the day when I was taking it. You can't join the military, which I wish I could, because I had to take that all the way up through high school, all the way through college. So you cannot join the military because they will not accept you. So back on high school, I was bouncing around so many damn times to, having girlfriends left and right. And then I was failing. Didn't understand why I was failing so much. I failed a lot in high school, which a lot of people succeeded. My class was only 10 or 12 people. The teachers there were great. I studied my butt off, like everybody should. I graduated with a diploma after years of struggling with dyscalculia, which is a hard study of math, where math is really hard, and dyslexia, which there's so many different ones of dyslexia where if y'all want to know what it is, y'all can just look that up. But there's so many different aspects of dyslexia. And a few people have told me that, oh, he's a slow learner. No, it wasn't I was a slow learner. It's just I just didn't want to study. But then as I grew up a little bit more, went to Southwest Community College right down the street from me. I would say about a year before I got out of high school. Let's go back to that. I quit taking my pills, my Ritalin, my whatever the other ones were. I quit taking them. My parents didn't know, teachers didn't know a difference. But yet, that day, I went through Southwest and I forgot everything I've learned. So then I went to L'École Culinaire. That was my culinary field I was wanting to study in. On top of learning culinary, I had to reteach myself everything I learned in high school and Southwest. I had to reteach myself so I could pass culinary. So I passed it, just like any other day. I graduated from there, got out, wanted to go work. So I worked for a company on and off. Well, no, technically it was Cracker Barrel, right out there on Lakeland, Tennessee. I love the job, and why I quit was because of one thing. I got hooked up with the wrong people. And I hate to say that. I got hooked up with the wrong people. I was with this one girl. I loved her to death. Dated her. She was a drug addict. I never have used drugs. The only drug I use is the cigarettes and dip. Those are the only drugs I use. I lost my paychecks to her drug habit. Lost my dignity to the drug habit. I almost lost my family because of drug habit. Then after I met a couple other guys, they helped me go through that, get away from it all. And then I came back home, lived with my parents for a little while. Still live with my parents at this point. Love them to death. Then after that, I started work for O'Charlie's here in Memphis, Tennessee, right off Germantown Road. I can't say it was fun working for them, but it was all good. I probably only worked there for about 5 or 6 weeks. They were pushing me all over the place, being a grill cook, a fry cook, dishwasher, truck unloader, different things. Cracker Barrel, I was a dish cook, grill cook, all these different things with them too. I got tired of the hours. So what I did was I moseyed on. I told them, hey, this is my 2-week notice. I'm going to be gone. I'm through working for them. Then I would say another couple of weeks passed. Then I got my job at Walmart. I was a cart pusher for 1.5 years. I love that job. I mean, I would go back and do it now if I didn't get all screwed up with another chick that I met at Cracker Barrel. And I'm not going to put their name in the video at all because without them messing up my life royally, I wouldn't be the man I am today. But yeah, I saw her on the side of the street. I knew her from Cracker Barrel because she was a server there. And then me and her, we kindled our relationship back up to where it was. I spent most of my days with her. Couldn't see anybody else who I wanted to spend the days with. Then I found out she had a drug problem. She had an ice, meth, heroin, fentanyl, and she would do anything to get that. That's where my money went. That is why I'm not living on my own right now. And I lost my job because of that. So if y'all ever think to yourselves, do you want to be in the same situation as I am? Tell yourselves no. No girl's worth the pain and suffering that I've been through. I lived on the Wolf River here in Tennessee, right on one of the banks of it. And that was probably no more than about a year I lived out there with her. And then she went off, so-called. She wanted to go to treatment, and I needed just to get away from her. So I said, okay. And she went to Arizona for treatment, so-called. She did go there. But as soon as her ex-boyfriend got on a plane or hitchhiked back to Memphis, she wound up following. I was really pissed off about it, and she knew how I feel. And then after all that, I went back to her. Stupid me. It was one of those moments to where you just don't want to do it. She drained me again for all the money I had. So did her brother. So did her father. I don't see pity anymore on people like that. People that don't want to try to get better. From the last report I heard, which was only about 2-3 months ago, that she was pimping herself out. And she had a pimp. So I'm in a way better place. And I worked for a guy named, I'm not going to put his name out because I don't think he would want that. But it was a pool service. That man was the hardest working guy I've ever met. He would much rather give the blood right out of his veins to feed his wife and his kids. Just something about him really inspired me to pull myself back. And I just keep him in my prayers that he makes enough to pay his rent and get all that taken care of and can be happy. The other thing is, after all of it, I'm still at my house looking for a job. And I filled out a total of like 120 resumes in one day, thinking people were going to call back and all this stuff. Well, that was about a week ago. So the story of this whole video was my life. And the thing was, don't let a girl wrap your head and all she is a gold digger or a drug addict. Because there are some sweethearts out there that are way better than those who want money and drugs and all this crap. I've gone on for 13 minutes now. I gotta go run some errands. But if you like this video, definitely hit that like button. If you want to subscribe and see more me talking like this about different little subjects, hit the subscribe button. It helps me out to know that at least people are out there who are probably going through the same situation from start to end, or maybe different situations. And I am giving up smoking this time fully. I'm giving up dipping this time fully. And I'm going to try to keep my sanity and not allow a single girl to get in my head anymore. Because a girl gets into your head or a guy gets into your head, it doesn't really matter. You can lose everything. Wind up back at your mother's or your father's place. It's one hell of a ride, but that is life. So this is Mike Moore signing off. Have a great night, y'all.